Hello, 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 hello. Sorry about that. Sorry. Let's see if we get everything going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if anybody's listening to this. Oops. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are you there? My apologies. 7 minutes late. I don't know what happened. This is the same thing that happened yesterday. Gotcha. Okay, are you here? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me, Joodles? We're not up on the chat is not working. There's the chat box. It is not working. But I can see you on the side there. Hello, Claire. Hello, Joodles. How are you? Two beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women loving Lewis Schaffer. And they say Lewis Schaffer is unlovable by women. But women love me. You love me. Please tell me you love me. I don't know whether you love me or not. Anyway, welcome to the show. Everybody get in there. I'm 8 minutes late. I apologize. What happened is I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I should have checked it beforehand. I didn't check it beforehand. I thought I should maybe check it beforehand. I didn't check it beforehand. I didn't check it. I'm not doing that well. Didn't get much sleep last night. I had to wake up early to do the live stream. That wasn't a live stream. It was a podcast with Mike Graham, big star. Thank you, Claire. You can see me. You can hear me. Thank you, MC Scott. Thank you, Andrew Rubin, for pointing out I'm 8 minutes late. I'm 8 minutes late. Big deal. What are we doing here that's so amazing? I guess it's me. I was on the podcast, and I am I'm not saying I'm so interesting, but you're going to hear something different from me. They're just so used to saying the same old stuff. And I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something different. Well, Lewis Schaffer is an internationally famous extra actor, open mic comedian. There we go. Girl from Mars is here. Where are you here? Girl from Mars is here. Mr. Cuff is here. Everybody settle in, settle down. I don't want to say let's get listening. I sound horrible. I'm having a crisis of confidence is what I'm having. I'd rather just, I go out. I went out to I don't even know what that area is called. What is it called? It's right by the Oval. Maybe it's the Oval. It's around the corner from the Oval, which is right next to Vauxhall. Right. There's a million different areas there. Marla Woodyard. Marla, great to see you again. I've not been watching. I do apologize. I do miss those GB News days. Thank you very much. Keep rocking. You're looking great, mate. That's what I like to hear. Thank you. Is it Maria or Marla? Is it Maria? Send a letter, Maria. Address it to my wife. Tell her I won't be coming home. I'm going to start a new life. I'm running away with the secretary. To hell with you and the kids. You'll get over it. I want to have some nice something with my secretary. That's what that song is. But thank you. Is it Maria? Maria Woodyard. How do you say that? Woodyard. Kate Gwynn is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Kate Gwynn. Makes me happy when I see Kate's name. Kate Gwynn. She is from Wales-ish, right? I don't know. Just need to change your date to the 22nd, and hey, presto. Okay, maybe I need to change it to the 22nd. Let me see what I can do here. Okay. Because I had to update it quickly, so I don't know. It's not even listed in my account here. Hold on a second. The 220th. Something's not working on the typewriter here. Is not working. No, that's 20th. I don't know why it's not working. That's working, but my keyboard is not working. Why is my keyboard not working? Maybe I need to plug my keyboard into something. What did I do with my keyboard? Oh, okay. I unplugged my keyboard. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, how is that? Anyway, Streaky Bacon is here. Streaky Bacon. And I need to fix it. Okay, I'm going to fix it right here. What date did I say? It's the 20th. It's the 22nd of December. Yeah. Okay. And there's a 220. What else do I need to change? Is that it? I think that's it. I think I changed it. It's Lewis, not Lewis. Yes, it's not Lewis. My mother wanted it. I mean, my grandfather's name is Louis or Lewis. I think it was called Louis, and she didn't want me to be called Louis. So she was a loyal wife, and she named me after my father's dad. Lovely, lovely. She was all right, my mother. I swear by our heated blanket, so super cozy. Okay, there you go, MC Scott. I'm going to crawl in bed with you, and your beautiful, beautiful wife. Joodles, nice and cozy, says Claire. I mean, it's nice to be inside. Now, tomorrow I have to wake up very early in the morning, so we're not going to have a 10:30 show. I'm telling you that in advance. We can't do it because I have to wake up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, which means I've got to go to sleep. But probably I won't go to sleep. Like what happened last night, we didn't have a show, and I didn't go to sleep. I did not go to sleep. Let me just see what's going on over here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I did not go to sleep. So will I go to sleep tonight? I don't know if I will. I don't know. I've had 2 cups of coffee and one tea. But I'm going to try to go to sleep afterwards. Maybe you can call me on the phone and make passionate love to me over the phone. It really is Claire Joodles. I brought it last winter and never used it, currently making up for lost time. Well, you know what it is, because Joodles has started working again. And, I know what it is. Whenever I'm working, I just want to crawl into bed. You just want to, I mean, I'm not a crawler into bed guy. I mean, I'd like to be, but I'm not. What time were you in the podcast this morning? I had to get there at 10:30, which means I had to leave the house at 9:30, which means I had to wake up at 9 o'clock, which means I was up at 8. And if I was up, because I was asleep for a couple of hours. So it's going to be broadcast tomorrow. It's the Mike Graham Show, and they have a studio there. I don't know how they have this. I didn't ask the producer how the studio is. I guess it's rented. It's a rented space, perhaps, at Vox Studio. And it's just their stuff. It's a fantastic situation. I mean, it's very similar to this thing. It's very high tech, separate entrance, beautiful office building, beautiful studio, a desk with, just like here, it's got 5 or 6 cameras that are focused. Plus, it has lights. It has these square lights. Anybody know about these square lights? They're kind of like the round, but they're square. They're square, and they're 3 square lights. And I was on with Ingrid Tarrant. Do you know her? I don't know. I don't know what she wants to get credit for, but she's very vivacious. She is very vivacious, and she is and very chatty, and very talkative. And she was on the show. She was brilliant, and I had to disagree with her about many, many, many things. I mean, these people love the royal family, and maybe that's where I'm going to get in trouble. Okay. And what time do you normally wake up? If there were no commitments, I would wake up. I mean, I wake up at least 6 times a night. You could say that that's a sleeping problem. I have a sleeping problem. I've always had a sleeping problem. Is it from the carbs? Is it from eating only meat? No, it is not. I remember 20 years ago, I had a sleeping problem. And I was diagnosed 15 years ago with sleep apnea. And then I returned my sleep apnea machine. But that's a really good question. I would probably wake up around 12, 10 minutes to 12. And for a few days, was waking up about 12:30. But that's so late. Now you're saying, Lewis, that is ridiculous. 12:30 to wake up. Your entire day. The truth is, we were up late, Andrew. Was she married? Yes, she was married to Chris Tarrant. And you could see that she was a trophy wife. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trophy wife. And you could see Lewis Schaffer looking at her. I mean, you could see her looking at me. No, I was looking at her. She was a beautiful, and you know what it is? It's like, I think that, I'm sorry I'm making you girls jealous. But, I mean, what can you do? She was Chris Tarrant's wife. Reuben, Mr. Cuff said. I thought it was going to be an early morning podcast. I watched this morning to see if Lewis was on it. I didn't understand what it was. They record it, and then they're going to play it tomorrow. It's that plank of the week thing where I have to say bad things about people. And I can't say, you can't say bad things about David Beckham's kid. You can't say bad things about David Beckham's kid. You can say bad things about David Beckham and his wife for not being good parents, which is why David Beckham's kid did that to him, let's say, unless it was all staged. Was it all staged? That's what I said. And then we were talking about Prince Harry and Meghan. And I said, you can't say anything bad about Prince Harry because you can. I guess you can. But basically, because I said Princess Diana was a bad mother. And you could say, well, it wasn't her fault because he was a bad husband. And I said Prince Charles was a bad father, a bad parent. It's all about bad parenting. I had bad parents, which is why I try to be a good parent, but I can see how I've messed up my kids. And they're all right. If you met my kids, you say, oh my God, they're so lovely. But they could have been better. But I put so much effort to make sure. And then Joodles asked, did I start ranting about the monarchy? Yes, I did. I said they are the worst thing about this country. And I said, well, maybe they're the second worst thing. You can't say what's the worst thing. This is what I said. We're going to see tomorrow. Maybe they'll edit it out. I didn't get the impression they're going to edit it out, but I said that the worst thing about this, I can't tell whether the monarchy is the worst thing about this country, or the NHS is the worst thing, or the BBC is the worst thing. And then I said, you know what perhaps is the worst thing about this country? This is why Lewis Schaffer has no future in the entertainment business. I've got no future in this country. I said the worst thing about this country are the people. The people. I mean, it made me laugh. I don't believe that. I think, because not all people, you people are the best. You people are the best. I agree that Ingrid is hot, but the fact that she's such a lefty makes me cringe. She didn't come across as being that much of a lefty, and I've been told that it was like, this is my audience. I'm going to give you, maybe. I guess she didn't come across that way. Is she a strong lefty? All women are lefties, except the ones like my Joodles over here, like my Claire. They're all women tend to be lefties. Except you have to really work hard not to be a lefty. Simply because Harry is the way he is, Cuffy. It's always the parents' fault. Yes, it is. It is always the parents' fault. The parents' fault. Now, did you ever see the Book of Daniel? You ever see that? You ever see the case of the Rosenbergs in America? Who knows about that? They were put to death for their political beliefs. They were the only people killed in America for their political beliefs, or whatever. You could call them traitors. You know what's going on in Iran? This happened in America in 1953, maybe. I'm trying to remember when they were put to death, these people. But if you've got kids, you can't be put to death. You've got to be there for your kids. And beautiful young kids. Horrible. Yes, Joodles. It's mostly always it's always the parents' fault. She was more down to earth and treated her kids as normal as possible under the circumstances. You know something, Mr. Cover? You're talking about Princess Diana? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, she did. She tried to be as good a parent as she could. I don't think she was an horrific parent, but she liked to drink. She liked having sex with men. It's like when my kids were growing up, I did not let, even though I was thrown out of the house. You know what I mean? You've got to take care of the kids. Am I right? Anyway, right-wing women are more attractive. They can be more attractive, yes, Claire, because you know why right-wing women are more attractive, Claire? Because they have Lewis Schaffer, me, as your leader, telling you to be thin and beautiful. That's it. Yeah, be thin and beautiful. Don't take carbs, and you'll be a nicer person. And nicer people always are more attractive. You'd get on with Chris Tarrant Lewis. He's a railway nutter like you. Didn't he die? Is he still alive? I'm not a railway nutter. I'm a bit of a railway nutter. I love railroad trains. What guy doesn't like railroad trains except gay guys? Gay, not even gay guys. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that. I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to say something that's going to be misapprehended. Non-stick Nick is here. Good evening, Lewis and fellow hotel guests. Yes, that's what we are. We're like staying in a hotel in the South Coast in Southampton or Eastbourne or Seaford or something, and we're in the rec room at night. Maybe that's what it is. I've just signed up to Vinted, Lewis. Time to start selling my junk. Yeah, I've got to get back to focusing. I've got almost a brand new vacuum cleaner that I've cleaned that works perfectly. If you go to Nunhead Man. Anyway, compare Amelia to the health secretary. Right wing wins. Who is Amelia? Is that the fact? Who's that? Who's Amelia? Who's Amelia? Anyway, right wing women are more attractive because they are right wing women, not left wing women. I could say that this might be true to that. In the past year, I have been dumped by 3 of my closest. I don't believe in men can be friends with women, but if I had friends, I would say these 2 friends were my friends, and they're mad at me. I don't even know mad is the right word. They think I'm evil because I support Donald Trump, who is amazing, which we will discuss his speech if you want to discuss it. Am I right? But, Rose and Lisa and Angela, they're not interested in me because I am a right-wing person. I'm a right-wing person. I guess I am right-wing. Vinted is my religion, says Claire. Yes. Brilliant. I think that's amazing, Claire. Amelia is the animated heroine of the right, Lewis. Oh, yes. Courtesy of Prevent. Okay. All right. Yes. Jedster, I think, sent me that video, and I wasn't able to watch it, and I have to plug in. I couldn't watch it on my phone. I have to go on my computer. That says everything when Prevent sends something out to young kids and they can't watch it on their phone. They got to go to a big computer. I think that's what the problem is. I might be wrong. Right-wing women are really pretty. But then again, thank you very much for explaining that, Streaky Bacon. Darklands is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklands. Thank you very much for coming in. That sounds nice. I'm tucking into some fresh pasta and sauce, plenty of carbs and very tasty. Well, yeah, don't go there. I'm telling you, you can't, even though I bought a loaf of bread today, and I shouldn't do. I'm going to be yelled at by Claire. I brought a loaf of bread, and I brought some Polish sausages, and I took 1 piece of bread. It was a large, 60 grams of bread, and and then I went and got an ice cream. But I'm not going to go over 100. I'm going down. I apologize. I'm lecturing you. Fresh pasta. Fresh pasta is one of the worst foods. One of the worst. Because what is pasta? It's very high in carbs. It's very, very high in carbs. And everybody go to Andy Rubin. He's registered as Andy Rue, R-E-U, on Vinted. And let's buy some stuff from him. I'm telling you, you can't go there. Did you just throw your dinner in the bin, Kate? No, of course she didn't. She's not going to listen to me. This is why I can tell. I told, what's his name, that he's fat. I told Mike Graham that he's still fat. He says he knows he's fat. He's lost 20 pounds exercising. And so he didn't seem that interested in what I had to say with my carnivore diet. AI might stand for Amelia's insurrection. Could be. Lewis, a loaf of bread. That's so carby and naughty. It is. It really is. But I came back. I was a bit depressed after the pod. I was a bit depressed. Because every time I work, I get depressed. Work makes me depressed afterwards. So I felt like I had to eat something. And I went, and I was in East Dulwich, and I had an empanada in East Dulwich. It was so expensive. Oh, my God. They're so small, these empanadas. Have you had any empanadas? I guess they're Portuguese. Me, Maria. And me what? What are you saying, Maria? Send a letter, Maria. Address it to my wife. No way. I'm tucking in and have a fries chocolate cream for afterwards, Kate Gwynn. A nice load of sugar. Get in. Lewis can sod off. Oh my God, we're having a rebellion here, Kate. We're not going to go there. We're not going to whip these people into a rebellion against me. The problem is you need to be so strong to reject carbs. It's easy to cut down on your calories, but to actually say, I'm not going to have a piece of bread, I'm not going to have an empanada, I'm not going to have a fries chocolate cream is really hard to do. I spent the last hour stuffing chicken breasts with cheese. Didn't you do this yesterday? Mushrooms, mustard, and pesto, red pepper. You did this yesterday, Streaky Bacon. Spring onion, about 20 cocktail sticks, holding them together like a tasty hedgehog, or we would call it a porcupine in America. And so you did that. You did it, Streak. I mean, it's not the worst food, but it's not great food. It's got cheese. Cheese is good. And chicken, which is, I'm waving my hand. That's a bit all right. Okay, Judels has a girlfriend. You love Kate because she's rebelling against me because of your built-in hostility towards me, Judels. You said laugh out loud. I guess that would be the case. I don't know what the case is. No way. I'm tucking in. You could tell Lewis to side off. That's not right, Judels, to side with her. I told Mike Graham he's fat. How to make friends and influence people. Yeah, it's wrong. And he says, I know I'm fat because most men, that's the difference between men and women. Men don't take it as personally as women do because a guy can still get laid if he's fat. Not as often. It's imperceptible as slowly your sexual attractiveness drips away, Mr. Cuff. And it drips away. You wake up one day and no one's interested in you. Like my son, my beautiful son. He's a good-looking boy, but he's fat. Are you expecting another invite from him? No, I never do. I never do. We'll see. Empanadas are from Galicia in the northwest of Spain. Oh, okay. I thought they were from Portugal in the southwest of where Spain could have been if they had taken over the entire peninsula. Maybe they did take over the entire peninsula. Oh, can you talk about the Picts? I love when you talk about the Picts. You know what? Yes, I'm a very picky eater. I'm a picky eater now. Steak, pucka pie, and mashed potatoes tonight. Do you know what? The answer is no. You can't have a pucka pie because there's not. I mean, when I go to the football matches, when I go to Crystal Palace, I have a pucka pie. It's delicious. But mash and pucka pie is too much carbs. It's too much. So tell us, Joodles, I guess she's asking me, why do you get depressed after work? What's the matter? What's the sad bit? The sad bit is it's over. The sad bit is I wasn't as good as I could have been. I'm a wasted life. I should be brilliant. Or finally, like in this show today, I thought I was quite funny. I thought I was funny, but and I think, wow, this guy Lewis Schaffer, he hasn't lost it completely. Completely, there still might be a future for him. But I've wasted a life. That's why I'm sad after work. Are you guys sad after work? Tell me, are you sad? I get sad after I work. Most people in most jobs after work are happy. Are happy. I just remember seeing people come out of work in New York when New York had like sewing factories in New York, in like Soho. Now Soho was all posh and housing or whatever, but it used to have factories, and people would come out and they on a Friday afternoon and they'd be so happy, like they're free. They're free. I remember when I used to work at certain jobs, but when you're a comedian, because okay, telling fat people that they're fat is like telling bald men they're bald. They already know, so why do you bother? Joodles asks. I'll tell you why I bother. Because you can stop being fat. You can be thin and beautiful. Look at how thin. Look at how thin. Let's look at how thin and beautiful Lewis Schaffer is. 76.2. 76.2. Can you see that? Can you see? Do I look fat? I think I look a bit fat. Do I look fat? Can you see this? Can you see this? Look at that. I mean, it's not an amazing body, but it is. I mean, I'm really proud of myself. It's the hardest thing I've ever done is lose weight. The hardest thing I've ever done is to stop eating. To stop eating. Before when I was younger, I used to run around and you just ran it off. But then you reach a certain age, you wake up one day, you're a fat MFer. Okay. Thank you very much. So there you go. I was on holiday. This is Maltese Phil here in Thailand. The food was awesome. But after 10 days, I had to find a place doing bland British food. Well, I'm not suggesting bland British food. I'm not. I'm just suggesting meat. Meat and raw eggs. Meat and raw eggs. Hedgehogs and porcupines are different animals. I know they are, Kermit. I know. I was just thinking of spiky animals. Hedgehogs are small nocturnal mammals with shorter spines, while porcupines are larger rodents with long barbed quills. Okay. Are there any porcupines in this country? Okay, when I hear about other people's dinners, it sounds so much to me. Yeah, too much. You mean too much with a TOO. No, Lewis. Now here comes Joodles again, always commenting. There's nothing that makes me happier than finishing a successful day at work. But you are a backwards person. Okay, maybe the reason why, let me tell you why that is. Because comedy is not like real work. Is not like real work. My phone is ringing. Let me just turn my phone off. Comedy is not real. Comedy, every job, people are happy. And I've said this before. You could write this down because this is a bit of wisdom that you could tell people. Say, why do you listen to Lewis Schaffer? Because of this bit of wisdom. He says every bit of job, there are three parts of the job. You can be worried going to work. You can be feeling bad at work. After work's over, you can feel bad after work. But at any point in that working day, you feel happy. If you feel bad at work when work is over, you're like happy. Okay? But with comedy, it's the only job that I know where you can feel worried. Like I'm worried about the 10th. I'm worried about the 10th of February. Make sure you get tickets, everybody, because you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to miss this, but we'll all get together. We'll have our first meeting together, and I'll get to meet all you people. I'll say, oh my God, you're so much more beautiful than I even thought you were. That's what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to lie to your face. I'm going to tell you how beautiful you are. I'm going to tell you that I want to touch your naked body. I'm going to lie to you, because that's what I am. I'm going to lie and see it to you, whatever. So with comedy, you can worry about doing the comedy thing. Okay? And let's say you're worried, and then you go on stage. And you can worry while you're on stage. You're thinking, oh my God, this is not going well. This is going horribly. And maybe on the 10th it'll be that way. You'll see the fear in Lewis Schaffer's eyes that you've never, like, when you're watching this, and I can't figure out how to remember in the early days of the show. Thank you, Claire. In the early days of the show. And it wasn't working, and I would be in a panic, and I'd be screaming, producer, you know what I mean? It was horrible. And then finally, after you're worried about going to work, going on stage, after you're on stage and it's not going well, you got a long ride home of being totally miserable with people hating you, coming up to you afterwards saying, don't quit your day job, or you really offended me, or I want our money back. They really make it seem like you're totally responsible for them being miserable. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so there you go. So what I'm saying is this. Okay, we're talking about crisps. Has anyone seen an actual hedgehog recently? I saw one. Yeah, me too. I saw one that was flat in Camberwell New Cemetery. Wisdom Corner could be your new segment of your stream. Well, I try to give a little bit of wisdom. That's what I try to be. I try to say something that maybe you haven't heard before. Do any of you have any jobs where you're miserable before you go to the work, while you're at the work, and after you're at the work? Do any of you have that? Now, Judith says it's nice. It's years since I've seen one, Nick. But it's years since I've had a garden, so it probably correlates. Yeah, you need a garden, or you need to be in the woods. Um, Roma ate all the hedgehogs. Is that like is that like the Haitians ate all the cats? Is that what that's like? Sounds like any other job. People worry about going to work. They also worry when it's going wrong. But when work is over, they don't usually worry about it. There are people who are working in a factory and it's a horrible job. It's so hard in the factory. But then work is over and they go, oh, I'm free. I'm free. I'm not thinking about it. Yes, Mr. Cuff. They're eating the cats. They're eating the hogs. Yeah, I guess this is animal protein. We need it. Claire, I think he might be lying to you. I get the feeling he's all mouth and no trousers. Okay, well, yeah, that could be true. I mean, I have to pretend like I'm not a great lover. Because let's say you found out that I was a really great lover. Let's say you found out that I was doing all the women on this stream. Would you still like me? Would you like me? I don't think you would. I don't think you would. If you found out that I had for the people who were just listening and they're not watching, I'm holding my arm up and making a fist. Let's say it was like this. Would you be disappointed in me? Do I have to be a loser? But Claire says she's going to flirt mercilessly. There you go. That's what I want to hear from Claire. That she's flirting with Lewis. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear all the love. And I try to give you love. And I will give you. And if you lose weight, if you're thin, if you're trying to be the best possible you, and you do not believe the communist, socialist lies about fat being good, okay, and all that stuff, I will love you, or I will try to love you. I will try to love you. I will love you. I mean, I will love you. I will love you because I will appreciate what you've done. What you've done. I worked for a time in a call center for a bank. I think I'd be happier cleaning portaloos at music festivals. I'm so glad I'm in IT and I won't fix your computer. I'm so glad I'm in IT and no, then you're missing let's get the punctuation, Malteseville. I won't fix your computer. Yeah, that sounds like a good job. But does anybody ever call you at home in the middle of the night? But it's also great to be in IT because it's like my son's face lights up when I've got an IT question. He loves it. He loves being a smart boy. So that's a really good thing, Malteseville. Lewis, oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, I thought it was. Am I missing any messages? Have I missed any messages? I've worked as a call center, and I've worked in sales in a call center, and then when the work is over, you're like relieved. But comedy isn't like that. It's a horrible. I know you don't believe that. It's a horror. And then people come up to you afterwards and they tell you you're horrible. They tell you you're great. It's just really awful. I would still like it if you were doing all the women on here. You can't help being hot. This is Claire. A round of applause for Claire. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear. I know you're a creepy pervert, Lewis. I know there's something wrong with you. I know you didn't get enough love from your mother. But you're trying your best. You're trying to be a decent guy. That's what I'm trying to do. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. We'll have to set up an arrangement. Anyway, so there we go. The people I worked with are awesome, but the job sucked. Yeah, that's also true. What about you have a job where the people are great, and then you think, oh my God, I got to quit this job. And then you quit the job, but the people were so good. And then you're all alone at home. I mean, that's why I started this live stream. I was all alone at home. Wasn't I miserable in the beginning? You guys have been here forever, practically. And I was like miserable. So that's what I'm saying. What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Okay, Mr. Cuff says comedy sounds like any other job. It does. It isn't. I'm going to tell you why it isn't. I'm not saying it's better. It's not better. It's something anybody could do. You could learn how to do it. Nobody's born a comedian, whatever. People learn how to be funny. But there's no other job where you're worried about going to the job and it's shit. And you're worried about while you're doing the job, it's really shit. And then even when the job is over and it's been horrible, horrible, horrible. You don't got the there are so many times you think it could be horrible all three times, Mr. Cuff. That's what I'm saying. It's not like any other job. It's not, because it's in public and people see it. And they see the job in public. The people I work with were awesome. Okay. Judel says, it's too easy to scream at call handlers, Phil. It's akin to being a keyboard warrior. What is a keyboard warrior? What does that mean, Judels? Lilith is here. I work with horses. No people involved. Yeah, that could be a good job. Women love horses. I mean, what about your boss? Doesn't your boss, who owns the horse? Or do you own the horses? I like it when you're a pervert, Lewis. I'm in for any arrangement you set up. Okay, I'm so excited. I've made a note in my mind. I've made a note. Make a note for Lewis Schaffer and Claire. The naked one wasn't there, Claire. What is the naked one? What does that mean to be a keyboard warrior? What does that mean, the naked one? I mean, I think working with horses, that sounds like incredible, but it could be lonely too. They're not that bright. Are horses bright? They seem like they're bright, but they don't seem that bright. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. There are plenty of jobs like that, Lewis. Tell me what job is like that. Tell me what job is like that, where you're actually driving home feeling shitty about a bad day at work. Okay? Right? And then feeling shitty on the way to work. And everything is just feeling shitty. That's a job that you go back to and you like doing. I love being on this podcast. I love it. And if you watch it, like with me and Francis Foster, I'm good at it. I'm good at it. I think I am good at it. And I'm relaxed. It's like not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm not saying, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Hold on a second. Here we go. Did something happen at the UN with Trump? Did something happen? Okay. Oh my God, it's today's Thursday. Today's Thursday. Okay, everybody get in now while we're here early, relatively early, and like the stream. That's the least you can do to make Lewis Schaffer happy. We've got about almost 30 people watching. Almost 30 people watching. Our stream is growing. The number of subscribers, including yourself, we're up to 42 million. 42 million people have subscribed to the Lewis Schaffer Show, but only 30 people are watching now. But we're going to talk about how many people, what the top number is later. Paramedic. Paramedics can look forward to work. They can be really enjoying work. I mean, you can too with a comic. But a paramedic is rarely miserable all three stages. Firefighter, rarely miserable all three stages. Okay? When they're firefighting, they're like involved in the whole thing. Carer, yes. I mean, maybe I'm not explaining it properly. Maybe I don't even understand it myself. You're probably right, Mr. Cuff. Judels is talking about a comment on here that I left for you, Lewis, when you said you would touch us all. I did not see that. I didn't see it. I will touch you all. Why is YouTube not printing your comments, Lilith? Or maybe I'm not reading them. Hi, YouTube. Put me in a 48-hour timeout for violating terms of service. So I haven't been on YouTube to watch your streams. Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, we were discussing that at the thing today. That they're going in and they're actually looking at like emails that possibly people are sending. I had a VPN on whilst joining Vinted. Can't seem to change it now. Is a VPN a good thing? I'm not sure. Janet is here. There was no chat last night because I had to wake up early, and there's not going to be a chat tonight because I got to wake up at 3. I got to leave the house at about 3 at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going over to Shepperton. That's all the information that I can give you. I've signed a non-disclosure agreement. Well, hold on a second. Hold on. I didn't see that. So you go to work, Lilith, and only see long faces. Sounds like an office job I once had. Yeah, lots of jobs are like that. They're jobs that people are miserable at work. But when they leave work, they're like happy to put it past them. When you're miserable on stage, it stays with you. People, you walk out and you like, oh my God, that was unbelievably bad. That was, and you think, well, what could I have done? How could I have handled it better? You know what I mean? I'm not saying people aren't unhappy at work, aren't unhappy at work. Wowzers, fresh coconuts, says MC Sat. Great, you've been released. What did you do wrong? Tell us what you do wrong. I mean, everybody who, if I don't read one of your comments, sometimes I can't see everything. What is a keyboard warrior? I'm waiting to find out what that means. Okay. Okay. Jules is talking about a comment. Okay, I didn't see that comment. Maybe there's certain, so we were talking today. I was talking with my new girlfriend, Ingrid, and she's not my new girlfriend, but she's a beautiful woman. And, and like she was saying how emails weren't being sent because she had said something that was, and she didn't even really know. We don't even know. They can read every one of our emails. Every one of our emails. That's so scary. It's like Iran. It's like Iran. We've got to do something about Iran. They're going to kill hundreds of thousands of people there, or thousands of people. They've already killed thousands of people. Yeah, I would say 3 o'clock in the morning is really early for me. YouTube hates me in political channels. My comments are blocked. I can believe that. I mean, it's hard to believe, but how many times have you've all read it. How many times have people read that your comment did not go through? That's not right. Is that not right? It's not right. I mean, it's really bad. It makes me upset. It makes me upset. Because sometimes you want to have like dirty phone chat with somebody where you're just totally going off the wall and it could be misconstrued as being true. And it's just dirty phone chat. Lilith, that means your comments are good and truthful, says Claire. Yeah, could be that. A keyboard warrior. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. Thank you for coming in explaining what a keyboard warrior is someone that spouts SHIT online that they would not say to someone face to face. Okay. And so how is that related to the comment before? Is that a job? Can you have a job as a keyboard warrior? But that's been going on forever. Who remembers that Twilight Zone episode where with not Zero Mostel, who's the other guy, where the guy is calling up people and like trying to get them fired secretly? This was during the McCarthy era period. A keyboard warrior is like a troll. They say things online that they would never say to someone's face. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think I'm not a keyboard warrior because I would say things to people's faces. I would say things to people's faces. Indeed, I lose about a quarter of my posts. That's so bad. That's really, really bad. Well, let's say this stream is blocked. Okay, when Trump loses the next election, and who knows what happens. And this, where would we go? Where would we go? Would we go to a Rumble or Locals or something? So that's bad, Streaky Bacon. Uh, Keyboard War says nonstick Nick, thank you, is someone who types away. There's a delay. This thing has a delay. There's no way not to have a delay. A keyboard warrior is someone who types away on social media, putting the world to rights, but does f all in real life. Is that similar to me telling people not to eat carbs, but I had a piece of bread today and I had an empanada, which is basically flatbread or matzah bread with beef on the inside. It's like basically a Cornish pasty. Am I like that? I believe in what I say. I don't practice it all the time. A person who posts aggressive, abusive, or highly opinionated comments online. Okay. Often hiding behind an anonymity, but would likely not behave the same way in real life. Yes, MC Scott. Yes. A keyboard warrior. I should know what that is. Of course, I knew that before, but I forgot because I'm old. But that's why I have my name. My name is right here. My name is on all my tweets. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter because it keeps me from doing mean things or being very mean. That's why I don't get heckled that much. I agree with that. Don't be nice. Put your name there. That's why I say everybody should have our names here. That's why we have to be nice to each other. We have to be nice. That's why I'm always asking, where are you from? Who are you? I think your definition is the most comprehensive, MC Scott. A person who posts aggressive or abusive or hardly opinionated comments online, often hiding. Someone's here. Who's here? Hold on. Oh my God! How are you able to do that? Yeah, but I know. I came out to open it up. What are you doing? Were you at work today? Were you at work? Why? I'm just curious. Why? I'm just because you're my son and I'm interested in what you're doing. Why? Why was I curious? No. Why? Fuck. Yes, I was at work. I was at work. Okay. My son. I was asking my son if he's at work. So that's a good. Kate says that's a really good definition. MC Scott. Everybody wants to see what a keyboard warrior. Yeah, I mean, if it's truthful and doesn't fit in with the lefty narrative, Claire says to Lilith and Streaky, you might get blocked. Gary Warren is here. Good to see you, Gary. I say everything on the internet that I would say in real life always. Well, there's some things I don't say on the internet, and there's some things that I don't like. That fat woman in Wales. I would not retweet her tweet and say you're whatever. I wouldn't do that unless she was anti-Semitic. YouTube have yeeted so many yeeted. Is that what it's called? So many streams I used to chat in. We are winning, and the left are desperate. Yeah, maybe that's true. But look at Iran. Iran looked like they were on the ropes, and now they're coming. The Islamists, but they're coming back. They're desperate. Yes, they're desperate. But okay. You get your messages removed. I mean, really. I mean, obviously, it's a private company. Okay? It's a private company. And they can do whatever they want to do. I mean, what's shocking is, I'm going to tell you what is shocking. For most of YouTube's life, there was no second option. There was no other option but YouTube. I remember asking my kid, I said to my kid, okay, well, there's YouTube. Where do you go when you don't want to post your thing on YouTube? Where's the other thing? It's like it's Google search, basically, where they have everything. They control the entire market. The initial comment that mentioned keyboard warrior was to do with people being abusive to call center staff. Right, where they would never be that way if they were standing right in front of them. That's basically true. Okay. So to go back to the original comment, thank you, Jules, for going back. We want to hear this. Working in a call center is horrible because people on the phone behave so poorly. They're like keyboard warriors because they wouldn't say those things face to face. That's very true. That is very true. But then again, especially with English, maybe even Indian keyboard, call center people, they could be a bit more sensitive. I've been yelled at so many times, not so many times, but a lot of times in this country. I said, "What did I say that was wrong?" Like I was in a bank very early on in my time here, and they told me I couldn't make a deposit. It's like all these arcane, stupid rules. And I say, "What the fuck is that?" And I use the F word. And I wasn't saying it to her. I wasn't saying you, fuck you, or you are an effer, or whatever. I just go, "That's fucked," or something like that. Like that. And then she goes, "I will not be abused. You are using horrific language." I got one of those speeches from the English people working here. And it was really horrible. That was really horrible. "I will not deal with you because I didn't call you that." Anyway, they want all the internet regulated severely, and they will, and are using the excuse of children seeing stuff that they shouldn't. Exactly, because it's a police state, because they're losing power, because the Labor Party is the new Liberal Party. And the new, I'm talking liberal, meaning back in 1924, when the liberals died, when they became the third party and had no future, just a vestigial party. And they can see that they're losing it. Ron Smith, beetroot has some carbs, but not too much. That is true, but also beetroot has to be cooked, and it's not good for your kidneys. I know they say it's good for your kidneys, but it's not good. It's not good. But you are right about that streaky bacon. They want it totally regulated. Laugh out loud, Cuffy. So Judel says to Cuffy, that you and Cuffy are like two peas in a pod, Judels. Two peas in a pod, I guess. I don't know. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. Keep it real. I noticed Dan Wooten is saying Nigel has apologized to Tommy. Is that true? Is that true? Well, that would be really good. It's a step in the right direction. Whether he really means it, he needs to apologize. I think he realizes he can't. He should not be a middle party. This is a war situation. I said this today on the TV. Can we check that out? Let me check that out. Let's see what's going on over here. Do you mind if I check this out on the window capture? Okay, yes. No, Ezra Levan says this. Okay. Nigel Farage apologizes to Tommy Robinson. Promises reform isn't Tory light. The reform leader clarified he got his statement about Robinson slightly wrong and assured voters his party would not be Tory 2.0 when Rebel News' Avi Yemeni caught up with him at the World Economic Forum. Okay, can we watch this? Do you guys want to see this video here? That's really amazing news. Lewis, women, especially TERFs, cannot use their own names. We get sacked and canceled and abused enough without the activists knowing who we are. Okay, I agree with that. I see that. I see that point, and that's why I don't ask for anybody's real name in this situation. Have I asked you guys for the real name? What we're going to do is we're a little bit behind in the thread. We're in the stream. I'm sorry, it's like 7 minutes late, but we're going to go to we're going to hear what Nigel Farage said. This is so important. This is really important. Can you see this? Where is this? Okay, everybody.
Nigel, has Larry Fink deflected to reform?
I think we're some way from that still.
Rebel News.
Nigel, you had a lot of supporters that are Tommy Robinson fans, and they were quite upset, obviously, with what you've said about Tommy. You've said Tommy has a conviction for domestic violence, for beating up women. It's not true. Would you correct that record?
Yeah, he beat up a policeman after an altercation with his wife. Listen, if I got that slightly wrong, I'm sorry, all right?
Nigel, immigration
and
is
I've
basically...
no wish to have a fight with him at all. He does what he does, I do what I do. There we go.
What do you say to people who are worried that you're turning into a light Tory party, another version of it, because everyone's affecting?
We're taking some experience from the Tory party, we're hollowing them out, and we're leading the opinion polls. Don't worry, this won't be Tory 2.0, no chance.
Okay. Did you see that? Did everybody see that? Did everybody see that? Do you want to play that again? It wasn't exactly as strong. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let's watch that again. Let's watch that again. Okay, let's watch that again.
Nigel, has Larry Fink deflected to reform?
I think we're some way from that still.
Nigel, you had a lot of supporters that are Tommy Robinson fans, and they were quite upset, obviously, with what you've said about Tommy. You've said Tommy has a conviction for domestic violence, for beating up women. It's not true. Would you correct that record?
Yeah, he beat up a policeman after an altercation with his wife. Listen, if I got that slightly wrong, I'm sorry, all right?
Nigel, immigration
and
is
I've
basically...
no wish to have a fight with him at all. He does what he does, I do what I do. There we go.
What do you say to people who are worried that you're turning into a light Tory party, another version of it, because everyone's affecting?
We're taking some experience from the Tory party, we're hollowing them out, and we're leading the opinion polls. Don't worry, this won't be Tory 2.0, no chance.
Okay. All right, what did you think about that? Let's go to the front. I'm going to skip to the front. I'm sorry about this. Farage is a snake. He's not remotely important, Judel says, to me anyway. Someone earlier said Nigel looks like a 1920s gangster. Yes, he looks like on Ozempic. He doesn't look that great. Farage is containment, and he will be severely compromised when he gets in, says Streaky Bacon. Interesting. Oh, God, he started wearing a hat like George Galloway. Yeah, I don't like the hat. And his suit jacket doesn't quite fit. Oh, God, there you go. He didn't even get the apology right. Stupid hat on a stupid head, says Claire. I don't think the apology was a great apology. Experience, sell your soul to the COVID fascist criminal. That's experience. We saw it, Lewis, and heard it. Okay, so what do you make of this? Tell me what Janet says. Yes, I support reform, but I also support Tommy. Okay. Slightly wrong, Nigel. F off, says Lilith. Okay. Mr. Cuff says, I love to see Dennis Pennis interviewing some of the MPs. I don't remember him, but I've heard he was a great interviewer back in the day. Janet, I don't support any party Farage is in. That's what Judel says. But it was sort of an apology. Didn't it mean anything to you guys? Yes, his pussycat impression isn't anywhere near Gorgeous George. Well, yeah, I've actually met George Galloway, but I don't trust him. Okay. He's going to start smoking cheroots. What does that mean? What is a cheroot? Is this like a cigar? I'm not convinced, says Ron Smith. Okay. Reformers are only hope. Like he said, I don't want to get into an argument. That's not the right thing to say. The right thing to say is he didn't beat up his wife. I'm sorry for saying that. Chris Murphy, I like him. I think he has stones Keir didn't display in even going to Davos. Yes. Yeah. He's got a few stones. I didn't like the hat either, Ron Smith. I don't like a fedora hat, but okay. Someone told me to watch. He doesn't look that great. You know what he looks like, people? He looks like somebody who's been drinking pints and smoking cigarettes. There's a certain kind of thing. But, okay. I think he's more famous for being in Game of Thrones these days. Is that who are you talking about? Andrew Rubin agrees with Janet. What did Janet say that's agreeable? Chris Murray is here. I like him. I think he has stones. Okay, I read that. That was nice. Thank you for getting in there. No, that half apology means F all. I hope Tommy tells Farage to foxtrot Oscar. I mean, I wish it was a better apology. I wish they had met. I wish they had spoken together and they had made a joint statement. And you had seen him shaking Tommy Robinson's hand, because there's no middle ground in politics today. There's only here and there, one side or the other side. There's no left. There's no Tories. There's no conservative. Okay. Apparently, there is a civil war going on at GB News with people who are Team Tommy and people who are Team Farage. I am neither. I agree with both of them just as much as I disagree with them, Fresh Coconut. Do you really? You have to pick a side. You have to pick a side. Do you believe in deportations of people who don't belong in this country, who are not citizens, who have acted against this country? Or do you not believe in that? That's one of those questions. George Galloway speaks a lot of sense and truth amongst his muzzy-loving nonsense. He does too. But he's a very left-wing Scottish person. He's not on our team. He's not fighting for England or Scotland. Yeah, he's Scottish, whatever. Yes, he was in the. Okay, I don't know about that thing there. No way would Farage get in the same room as Tommy, let alone a conversation. Yeah, probably he wouldn't. But maybe it can be arranged, and then Nigel Farage will come out as being a great, big, strong guy. Nigel will never meet Tommy, says Joodles, like he couldn't meet with his own MP, Rupert Lowe. Yeah, I mean, I've known a lot of bosses like that. They have their secretary fire the guy. They can't do it themselves. Their middle-aged woman's secretary, and she's put under this tremendous stress having to fire Lewis Schaffer. Nigel will never meet Tommy, like he couldn't even meet his own. Right? Okay, that's what Juno said. Sorry. I'm on Michelle Dewsbury's side, whatever it is. Yeah, she's great. Were you instructed not to mention Tommy Robinson on GB News? Yes, I was. We're not allowed to mention Tommy Robinson on GB News. I mean, maybe it's not right for me to say this. I haven't signed anything. But I'm going to tell you, we were told not to mention Tommy Robinson. He's like Valdemar. We're not allowed to mention his name. Okay? We're not allowed to mention his name. Reform can't align with Tommy Robinson, but Nigel could stay quiet. Tommy has thousands of supporters, and we're going to support Reform. But not now. Okay, you thought this was a negative thing, Janet. Interesting. A by-election is planned in Denton now for Andy Burnham to become MP. Imagine Reform beat him. Yeah, it could be close there, but it is in the middle of Manchester. My son was telling me about this. He's like, gives me information. My favorite journalists are very left-wing Jewish guys, Max Blumenthal and Aaron Mate off YouTube channel, The Gray Zone, Lewis. Okay, I'm going to write that down. A lot of great journalists are Jews. What is it called? It's called The Gray Zone. I'm going to write it down and make sure that I don't look at it again. I not make sure. I just probably won't look at it again. But that's very interesting, says Streaky Bacon. I mean, it's very interesting. Here you go. If it was arranged, is what Claire says, Tommy would eat him for breakfast with words, and he knows it. Well, they could meet secretly, privately, and say, what is the problem? I'll tell you what the problem I have with you. And they say, well, let's agree to disagree, or whatever it is. Dan Wooten's channel is massive, and he calls out GB News as much as the BBC, so they can't lie by omission like the BBC these days. Yes, I mean, the thing is, yes, yes. I think like all those things, the GB News is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. They said do not mention. Janet says that Leo and Butterworth hang out with Tommy. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, remember that Nigel Farage might even be a co-owner of GB News. So there's that issue, you know. And he is he's a winner, Tommy Robinson, and a loser at the same time. But he's a winner. Whenever I write things down, I always remember, and I don't even have to look at the paper because you, Fresh Coconut, are young and beautiful, and I'm 68 years old, maybe. I need a man with the big muscles to pump up this yoga ball. Wears half Armenian. What are they asking for me? Look at the muscles there. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Lilith. Ron Smith is going over. You could be here instead, please. Go over to Joodle's house. Don't give him the address. I don't trust any of these people. The point is that good news? Is it good news? It doesn't seem like I've thought about the situation. And I've changed my mind. It didn't seem like that. It seemed like something very easy for him to say. Did it seem like something easy for him to say? I think it's good, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And I am somebody who is very sensitive about apologies. You can't just say, I'm sorry. You know, you got to basically say, if you're going to say you're sorry, you got to say, I know what I did wrong. Okay. It's like, I'm going to tell you a story. I was in France with my wife, my ex-wife. I was divorced at that time, and the kids. And we were walking along the Nazi German, whatever, war stuff on the wall there. And my son, the producer, very smart child, said to me, Dad, I don't remember, he probably said Dad, called me Dad. I call my dad Daddy, and I call you Daddy too if you want to be called. I call Joodles Daddy. And he said to me, Dad, do we meaning the Jews, maybe he didn't mean the Jews, but I took it that way. Do we still hate the Germans? And I said, no, the Jews don't hate the Germans because they know that they did something wrong. They promised never to do it. They know it was wrong. They know they did something wrong. They promised never to do it again. Okay? They said they were sorry, and they gave us some money. And so my son told his mother that, no, oh my God, I'm blowing the joke. It's true. It's true. Not even a joke. It's true. That they said they were sorry. They know it was wrong. They promised never to do it again. And they gave us some money. Okay? And I said to my son, that's what I'm trying to do with your mother. Giving her some money. And saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the mother of my children. I'm sorry. I didn't understand. And she says, when have you ever given me any money? It was, I don't know whether you find this funny. I don't know if I got the story right. I'm sorry and get told sorry means nothing. Just, I say sorry and get told sorry. It means nothing. You're right. You have to make up for it. You're going to say, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. And I'll make it up to you by doing this for you. That's what needs to be said. Nana Akua, push the jabs. Can't forget that. Yeah, she said she's sorry. These guys are real journalists, probably won't like some of what they say. I don't sometimes, but they are very truthful Jewish chaps for years. Well, they maybe agree with you, but maybe they're not complete. Who knows if they're truthful? London Man is here. You were here yesterday. I appreciate you coming back. You will not win an election relying on Tommy supporters. You won't. But as the situation gets worse and worse in this country, people need to know that you are for quashing the situation. They don't want to know, oh, you're going to be more the same, like the same way, like what's his name? Boris Johnson was just another laborite, basically. Team globalist, team world. Janet says, I'll call you daddy. Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, you can call me daddy. Yeah, is that wrong? Is that wrong that I'm smiling and enjoying that? Nana is okay, says Streaky Bacon. The only thing I didn't like, this is what Streaky Bacon says, when she wanted people returning from abroad during COVID, which is true, if they didn't get tested, should do 10 years inside. Did she say that? People got worked up into a passion, but now we know that there's no germs, that there's no vaccine, that there's no COVID, that it's all a lie, that there's all a lie. 10 years for no fake test. For no fake test is insane. I don't understand what that means. Rupert the Bear and Ben Kebab calling it that. Thank you, Janet. Call me daddy. You can call me daddy. If you want to call me mommy, you can call me mommy. Whatever you want to play it's up to me. Up to you, sorry. It's a shame Nigel's ego gets in the way, period. Let's work on the punctuation, period. Rupert is the best man for the job. Nigel doesn't like that. Probably he doesn't. He doesn't. I mean, it's like when Donald Trump was taken on by DeSantis. What's his name? What's DeSantis' first name? And I thought to myself, yeah, that's reasonable. I like DeSantis. He's a young guy, younger guy. He's got more energy. And Trump may not win. And at that time, this is right after the last election. Okay, but, he's an unstoppable force. I can't imagine Nana ever saying sorry. She's a woman times 10. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's great. Nana is great. I've met Nana. I love Nana. She's great. She's beautiful and thin. She's a bit vegan-y, but, maybe everybody starts out something. We're all on our journey. Tommy Robinson on the PBD, Patrick Ben David podcast. Anyone who doesn't know where they stand on Tommy should listen to it. If you haven't heard it, then your opinion of him doesn't count. I think I did see it. David, Ben, Patrick, Bet, David podcast for Tommy Robinson. Okay, we'll have to listen to that. That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. You know what it is? I think people are on journeys and they've got plans, okay? And they do change. People do change. Okay? I used to believe in vaccines. Now I would not give my kids any vaccines, including polio or smallpox or anything. I don't believe in it. Okay, there you go. London Man said, the question, Ray Farage, is will he do a Starmer, say nothing during the election to get elected, and then act when prime minister? You don't want that to happen. Like Donald Trump. He got elected it was one of the very first times someone got elected for actually saying what he's going to do, which is what makes him a great president. Same thing with Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the first president in my lifetime who actually said, I'm going to do something, and did it, basically. I mean, he's getting a little worldy, World War things, but basically, that's a good point, London Man. I put some punctuation. I put in some punctuation, Lewis, but you still can't see it because it's a comma chameleon. It's a comma chameleon. Okay. Non-stick Nick. That's funny. That's very funny. It's funny. It's funny. Kermit says, yes, people make mistakes. But imagine that person was in charge of the country when they were making mistakes. They should be judged on how bad that would have been. I don't understand. What do you mean there? Yes, people make mistakes. And you're saying that Nigel Farage makes mistakes? But imagine that person was in charge of the country. He's going to make mistakes even as president. But you got to know someone's on their journey. I'm on my journey. Do you think I've been this way my entire... Yes, I've been a lot like this way, but I was never anti-doctors. I believed in that stuff. I took high blood pressure pills for 40 effing years. Okay? When I was doing huge catering events in London, MC Scott, for Indian weddings, I feared the BNP might come and attack us back in the day. Yeah, well, that's you don't attack people who are living here. You don't attack them. So that's, I don't know what, but we were told that they were going to attack. We were told the BNP. I don't know if I was really involved in this thing back in the day. Jews are very forgiving people. Many Jews visit and live in Germany. They don't ask for reparations. Yes, they do. Nor do they ask for Jewish History Month. You have to spend your entire life looking forward. Yeah, you do. I mean, if we had to hate all the countries, every single country kicked out Jews. Every single country. People, every single country hates Jews. You can't go on. That's why Jews are good. Jews are good because we help countries become rich. We do great things in the country. We care. We're not trying to take over the country. Okay? Look forward, write fresh coconuts. If they made it as far as the kitchen, though, game on, loads of tools. Yeah, if they were going to invade the MC Scott. How many people would have been wrongly jailed for Nana's mistakes? Yeah, people were like, you know what? People were horrible during the COVID thing. I lost hundreds of Facebook. People hated me. They hated me because I thought it was bullshit. And the day before they announced the lockdowns, I went to the pub. I went to the pub and I'm sitting in the pub. And I got COVID. I had COVID on the 21st, the 22nd. For 3 days, I had COVID. Whatever COVID meant. I had a cold. I had the flu, whatever that was. Was it caused by a germ? No. Bullshit. Okay. Anyway, Lud says the British media are a vicious bunch. If any politician is totally honest, then they will be crucified. So they slip and slide to court the media. Stupid, in my opinion. Honest politicians needed. Like Donald Trump, Lud. Donald Trump, when he called the New York Times, which was like the Bible or the Koran in my eyes. I read the New York Times every single day for my 109 countries, right? Like what's her name says, that we've been kicked out of these countries. But for whatchamacallit, when he said the New York Times is fake news, it was like my brain exploded. It was so fabulous. I didn't even think that. And then I thought to myself, I mean, I kind of thought, but I didn't think the New York Times was evil. But they're effing evil. And so what we need is, we need what's his name? And he's doing a little bit of this. He's saying, I'm not going to go on the BBC. We need someone to say that I'm not paying my TV license. One of these politicians should say this. I'm not paying it because I'm not going to watch it. And let you die. And I want everybody who's going to vote for me to know that I'm going to disband this thing. And over time, people are going, you know what? Maybe you're right. And he will win. And like Donald Trump, more and every single day, more and more people supported Donald Trump. If I got kicked out of 109 pubs, would it be the landlord's fault, or would it be something to do with something that you would have to do with? Yeah, it's a bit of the Jews' fault, but it isn't. I mean, not that the Jews are perfect. It's not that we're perfect, but we're bad in amazing ways and good in amazing ways. It's good. We loan money to people, and people don't want to pay back. That's what happened in this country twice. Is like the king borrowed money from the Jews. He said, well, why do we have to pay it back? We were told we were going to rebuild back better. Can anyone name one thing better since COVID? Rebuild. I'm going to say what it is. I'll say the one thing that's better about this country is that we know we're being lied to. That's what's better. I feel there's an openness. Mohammed Shoaib Sohal, Advance, UK. Advance UK keep complaining about Muslims in Reform UK, but do not even know that the founder of the UK Advance is a Muslim. Who is this? Who are you? Are you really? Who are you? Who are you? It's based. Yeah, okay, maybe that's true. And the question is, you can be a Muslim if you love Britain. Like I am a Jew and I love Britain. If you don't love Britain, if you don't want Christianity to rule, if you want, you know what it is? You know what being a Muslim in this country is like being a Jew. It's a bit of pepper in the soup. You don't dump an entire cupload of pepper in the soup. You don't do that. It's going to destroy the taste of the soup. But a little bit of pepper is good. Pub landlord fault for being a bigot and not doing his research. Who said this? What did the pub landlord? Al Murray, who I like personally. I like him a lot. Everything is a lie. That's what we've learned in the last 5 years. Everything is a lie. And the people we've been taught to believe in, the Chris Whitties, the Boris Johnsons, the Keir Starmers, all the people that we thought everything's okay. They wouldn't lie to us. They're all lying C-U-N-T-S. Okay, everybody get ready to guess right now. Get ready to guess how many people have been watching this stream, number one. Okay, guess how many people. What is the highest number of people who have been watching this stream? Also, go like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. There's no reason why. Like and subscribe. And I'm gonna go look, and then we're not coming back at 10:30 tonight because I've got to wake up tomorrow morning to go to the filming thing Friday. So I'm sorry, we're not gonna have a thing. But you've been brilliant. It's been one of our best shows. I'm trying to see what the top number is. The top number is. It's like all of our streams. It hits a certain number and then it drifts upward. It's been brilliant. These streams, they're not super popular while we're doing it, but the number of people who participated, we get some new people. But people come in, and it's growing, So who says? Let me see what the number is. Street. Okay, I'm going to read it. Muhammad says 42. MC Scott says 33. Mr. Cuff says 36. Fresh Coconuts says 30. Judel says 34. Andrew Rubin says 33. Kate Gwynn says 29. Streaky Bacon says 32. 28. Okay, to be fair, Habib has never publicly announced his religion. I think his mother is Christian, despite being from a Muslim family. If it's not at the forefront, then maybe it doesn't matter. It might not matter. But we still need a Christian leader of this campaign. I could not be a leader. Why can't we go to Antarctica? We can. 4.5 million. I wish it was so. While we're debating that, I'm going to go to the list of people. Let me list the top people in the stream. Girl from Mars is 21. Julian is 20. Gary Warren is 75. London Man, thank you for coming in and joining us, is 75. Beautiful, beautiful Lilith is 17. Ron Smith is 16. Muhammad Shoab, I don't know what that means, but thank you, Muhammad. He's at 15. Janet, who's going to call me daddy. Call me daddy. That is such a great thing. Is at 14. Maria Woodyard, exactly. Maria Woodyard is 13. Thank you. I've just gotten the word in what the number is from Kermit. So we're doing great. Is 13. Fresh Coconut is 12. Lud is 11. Hi-ho Kermit is number 10. Number 9 is Maltese Phil. I want to go to Malta. I like you, Malta. You got all the muscles and everything. Oh, do you have it? Anyway, Nonstick Nick is 8. Streaky Bacon is 7. Mr. Cuff is 6. Really good participation. Claire is 5. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Claire. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Kate Quinn is 4. MC Scott is 3. And the final two in second place is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joodles. Call me daddy. Joodles, you're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Even though I'm not much of a daddy. I don't think I am. Or maybe I am. Or grandpa. Call me grandpa. I'm so old. And number 2, but the winner of today, and again, you've won again. We should keep track of who the winners are. But Andrew Rubin is the winner of today's show. And he's number 1. So thank you very, very much. And the winner of this stream, the winner is 33. Is 33. Who came in at 33? Let's see who came in at 33. I think John Van Dam's at 34, so that's not a winner. But who's a winner at 33? At 33. Joodles is not going to call me daddy. Okay, don't call me daddy. Okay, don't. I was kidding. Joodles, don't call me. Where did who said the winner is who said 33? Andrew Rubin and MC Scott. Who is the first one? Who came in at 33? I think the winner is Andrew Rubin. MC Scott was first. I'm sorry, Andrew. MC, you got to type it in immediately. You can't sit there and think about it. Whoever types it in first wins. MC Scott is first, but with special mention for Andrew Rubin. So a round of applause for Andrew. He's basically a double winner. MC Scott, you're a winner. You guys have been amazing. This has been the best show we've ever had. Has it been the best show we've ever had? It's not really much of a show. Not a show. Where to put all the chip mugs. And did Lud say 30? Lud said 33. Where did you say 33, Lud? I want to make sure. I believe in fairness because I'm English. Where did you say 33, Lud? I didn't see that. Where did Lud say 33? Noel Edmonds famously canceled his BBC license. This has been a good show, a really great show. This has been the best show ever. You have been the best. I don't see where Lud wrote down 33, but he says he did. Thank you for at least participating in this thing. We started at 6 p.m. No, we started at 5 o'clock. We're back to starting at 5. Where have you been, Daz? Where have you been? So if I haven't mentioned you a name on the streams or whatever as the top fans and you want me to measure it, mention it, I'll say it. I'm really happy. I'm happy. This has been a brilliant, brilliant show. It's just been going up, up, up. Up, up, up. I'll see you later. Is there anything else you need me to say? I'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Should we start at 6 tomorrow? I don't know if we should. Lud said 28. No, if you listen to me, Lud, no lying. No, whatever it is. I'm not calling you a liar, but we've got to be very scrupulous about this. You got to be very scrupulous. Kermit is right. Buy the stream of coffee. Would it kill you? £5 a month. Would it kill you to do that? You know what I mean? As long as you're watching, you know. Or you can maybe contribute £5 a month forever to whatchamacallit, to Patreon. Or you can go to PayPal. You can go to learn all about this at Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. What about liking and subscribing? You're right, Kermit. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Go to Discord. Alex, not tonight. We can't be at 10:30 tonight because I got to wake up at 3 o'clock. There's no nighttime show tonight. Okay? But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you wanting to come. And I think what we're talking about makes me feel good about this country. And it gives me hope. And I know you you wanted a better apology from Tommy, from Farage. And I think you got to have balls. You got to say, I'm going to apologize to Tommy Robinson. And I don't care who likes it or not. I was wrong about Tommy Rob. I was wrong about him. He didn't beat up whatever he did. Did he get into a fight with a cop? Who knows if he did? You can't believe cops anymore either. But you know what I mean? He did say it. Was it perfect? No. Have you as an audience been perfect? Have you been perfect? I think you have. I think this has been as good a time as we have had on our stream. Am I right? It's been as good a time. So we will see you soon. As soon as penny jar is full up, I will give you one Lewis. Yes. I could use I could use a penny jar. Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Alex and MC Scott, and goodbye. I'm going to keep the stream on for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll see you at 5 o'clock. Anything else? Because if you say, hey, Lewis, will you be home by 5? I hope so. I hope I'll be able to make it home. I'll be able to walk into my bedroom. Okay? Yeah. Horrible, Daz. I'm with you. Horrible. Okay, so there we go. See you later. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at 5 p.m.